Hello, I'm Sean O'Brien, and I'm delighted to be contributing to this issue of Ambit. And I'm going to read two poems, the first of which is called The Shirt of Nessus, which appears in this issue of Ambit, and the second is called It Says Here, which is the title poem of my new collection, It Says Here. Thanks for listening in anticipation. The Shirt of Nessus imagines a situation akin to those of the July plotters after the failure to assassinate Hitler in July 1944, though it's carefully not very specific about who these people are. The Shirt of Nessus. He exits through the kitchen, seeing no one, to the woods of boyhood, where he means to blow his brains out. This is in July. Among the trees they have anticipated his intention. He is relieved of his possessions, but will keep the Shirt of Nessus. He writes letters to his wife and to his son in the inferno that approaches from the east. Then last his old professor, now retired, to a lake where he is watching barges dumping gold. The old man sends his manservant and housekeeper away with thanks and blessings. The prisoner sees this, sees all the failures of the slow conspiracy. Soon tanks will cross the Vistula. He must write his other testament on the insides of his eyelids, hoping that his eyes survive him when his body is unearthed inside the prison yard by those who come a day, an hour too late, but see smoke rising from the earth. It may be so. And then, one autumn day, he wakes inside a state he cannot name, of knowing every scratch upon the iron door, and all the names from which the screams that rise all hours from the sweat-soaked underworld have been detached. It smells, he smells, of burning now. The Shirt of Nessus swarms with self-consuming roses. Yes, he writes, although his hands resemble candle wax that drips to seal the page before his book is done, I think there is another place where we might live. Beyond the lime pits in the baking fields, train after train is passing through, ablaze and bound for nowhere. And yet, he adds, black roses coiling from his eyes, to wait among the rags of time, and to lament must be the only consolation. And the second poem, It Says Here, which I think is about the way in which reading in early childhood shapes the imagination ever after, albeit in evolving ways. It says here, that the way through the woods runs out in a blizzard, that the ocean does not, is eternal, and still for a while you may cross the great ice dome by dog sled, though at your own risk. That the book you are reading is one of a kind, that its door opens inwards and cannot be closed, that the train going over a bridge at night has somewhere to get to, that even the driver, heroic and faceless and bathed in the heat from the firebox, never discovers, that the sky is a page where, with a flourish, the birds write the truth in invisible ink, and the eye is too slow to be certain that this word and that word are never to meet, or the poem will sicken and die. That when you glance up from your reading, the rivers divide and divide, till at last you step down at a halt in the woods, with its name painted over, and there in the evening the bride and the gamekeeper wait with their faces averted, wait for the signal to shift and the lamp to glow red and a train to arrive, but not yet and not yet. That, though this is August, the snow is beginning. You blink and the woods are half buried and the traveller's gone. And as for the fire and the rose, that it now seems you set out in search of, that is a different story. or so it says here. Thank you very much for listening, and all the best to Ambit for the success of this issue and other issues to come, despite the awful times we're all enduring. Thank you.